Hi, welcome to episode 19 of the PassioKnit Spinner podcast. My name is Tracy. You can find me as Schnüffeltier on Ravelry and Instagram. There's a Ravelry group for the podcast. There's a shawl knit along going on right now. So if you are knitting shawls, please come and join us. There's also a blog where you can find the podcast itself and some partial show notes. And thank you so much for being here with me again. I did a 2-week hiatus because my pregnancy was not that easy on me. But I'm better now, so I'm back on podcasting and I have tons of things to show. So, I'm not wearing any hand knits because it's getting too warm here. So we can skip that and jump right into knitting in the past. And I have all of this for knitting in the past, so it's gonna take a while. First thing I want to show is my glacier sweep. I showed this last week, but it was not blocked. I did block it. I'm gonna try and show it to you in the entire size. I love how this turned out. It's amazing. I'm going to mostly wear it like this around the house or in the garden in the summer with a shawl pin just to hold it in place because it's, like I said, it's perfect for keeping my shoulders warm in summer. I knit this out of my hand spun and I talked all about it last week, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time with it here, but it's done. It's amazing, it's beautiful, and I love it. So, first thing off the list. Next thing I finished is my poncho. It is the Celtic Princess Poncho by Wendy Johnson. I'm gonna try and hold it up and I cannot see anything. I'm gonna stand up and show it to you. This is what it looks like. I'm not gonna put it on because it's, like I said, way too warm. But yeah, that's basically how it looks. It's finished. I decided not to do sleeve cuffs like I wanted with some with the thumb holes. I just did a bind off and left it the way it is. So I'm gonna hold it up to the camera to show you the pretty colors. That's the turtleneck. That's gonna be the turtleneck when I wear it. Fold it over. And then there's the cable pattern and all my nice colors. I talked about this a ton of times before. I knit this out of my hand spun, out of leftover yarn, because I do not do anion bracelets. I leave all the leftovers that I have on one bobbin after plying on the bobbin and just ply all of those leftovers together once a year. So this is my my spinning journey from the last 7 years. I knit the Celtic Princess Poncho with a US 8, which is a 5mm needle, and just did what the pattern said, and I'm very, very happy with it. There's a picture on Instagram where you can see how I wear it. So, okay, next thing on the list. I knit another shawl. I'm gonna show it to you folded in half. It is the Industrial Revolution shawl by Hannah Breeds. I think that's how you say her name. I knit this on a US 6 4mm needle with German commercial sock yarn from Fischerwolle. I hope you can see the color. It's a pink self-striping kind of color. And it's a circular shawl. I'm gonna stand up again and try to show it to you. Maybe if I hold it over here, you can see the light shining through. So it starts out with a center pattern, of course, and then you just go out and have the knit on edge in the end. It's hard to show circular shawls, but this is the pattern for the edging, and I really enjoy this. I love knitting the shawl. I knit it in only 6 days because I just wanted to get going, and it's very addictive, and I am very, very happy with it. It's quite small and I have no idea how to wear it, but I will find out in time. I don't need it right now, but like I said, I love knitting this. I'm gonna try and show it to you. Fold it up. It really is pretty, and it was a lot of fun knitting. The only thing I do not like, and that's more a knitter error, if you see the bobbles here, there's a very large stitch next to it, next to every bubble, and I couldn't find a way to not make that happen. So that bothers me a bit, but I don't know how to change it, so it did not change in blocking. Just gonna have to live with it. Okay. Next and last thing. No ends woven in on any of those finished objects. I knit a Pebble Vest by Nicole Lohr. It's I worked with Regia squares 6-ply, which is like a DK weight, and I knit this on a US 5, which is a 3.75mm needle, and I'm very happy with it. The pattern is a free pattern, and it looks like this. It's attached on one shoulder and on one side, and the other side will have some buttons to close it down, which is perfect for newborns, and it's a newborn size because you shouldn't put stuff over the hats of newborns, so I don't have to pull this over his hat. And yeah, I like it. I've knit one before, years ago. I like this colorway a lot. But the one I made before is black and pink striped, because I just wanted to use the yarn that I had, and as I'm having a boy, I'm not going to put him in a black and pink striped vest. That's just... But this one here is perfect for boys, girls, whatever. So, last finished thing for the week, or for the last 2 weeks. It was a super quick knit. Only knit. I started in one evening, finished the next morning. Perfect. So, okay. Now, knitting in the present. I have 2 active works in progress right now. The first thing is the Milo Vest, another baby knit, although it's not for a baby. Or it's for my baby, but not in baby size. I started the second size, which is for 3 to 6 months. This is the pattern. That's what it looks like. The pattern is written for, I think, DK weight. Is it? Yeah, it's written for a DK weight. I'm using my own hand spun, which is more like an Aran weight. This is what I have left of the yarn. It's my hand spun, like I said. I spun this from a Fat Cat Knits top quite a while ago, and it's a chain ply. So casting on the second smallest size with the way larger yarn and way larger needle results in a vest for a 2-year-old, which is perfect because, you know, babies will grow and stuff, they cannot shrink. So I'm just very happy with it. I'm knitting this on a US 9, a 5.5mm needle. I'm not sure if I said that already. And yeah, it's a very nice, relaxing knit. The pattern is a paid for pattern on Ravelry, and I like it. It's sized from newborn to 6-year-old, I think. So I can knit this vest over and over with all of the yarns that I find in my stash. Now, the other thing I'm working on is a pair of socks. It's the Paper Moon socks. The pattern is by Anne-Lena Mattisson. It's a free pattern on Knitty. It's a toe-up sock pattern, which is not my favorite, but I wanted to use this yarn for toe-up socks. And that is the second sock. It's a really easy and nice pattern. That's my cool stitch marker. My husband brought me this one back from Japan, so I put it just on to know which side is the beginning of the sock, and there are two different stitch markers, as you can see, and I just know the bagel is sock number 1, the croissant is sock number 2. I'm almost at the gusset at both socks. It's going to be my first time knitting a toe-up sock with a gusset and heel flap, so I really look forward to it. So that's the front of the sock, and that's the back, or top of the foot and the sole. It's a nice project. I really enjoy it. Gonna work on those after my Milo is done, because I want to finish that later today and go back to working on my socks. They are knit on US 2s, 2.75mm needles. The yarn is a mystery yarn that I got from my mom, and that's I think all I can say about it, because there's nothing more to say about it. For knitting in the future, I finally want to cast on the UOs by Anna Hrakovec, or, you know, the Mochi Mochi lady. And I want to work on some UFOs. I think I'm going to work on the Log Cabin Baby Blanket that I showed it, I think, in my very first episode. And I've not worked on it ever since. So I think I'm going to work on that for now. For spinning, I don't have anything to show you. I worked a little bit on my spindle project, but not a whole lot, so it wasn't quite worth showing. But there's a lot of new stuff in my house, and I'm gonna just show it. This is the Three Waters Farm Top of the Month Club that I got, I think, last week. It's nice. It's absolutely not my colors. I would have never ever bought this, which is nice. The nice thing about a club, it's Falkland. The colorway is Cool Soil, Blue Sky. And I'm gonna either just spin this up as a barber pole 2-ply, or I'm gonna do a combo spin and just combine it with something else. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Then I have a skein of yarn that I bought at a quilting and stitching show. There was one person with hand-dyed yarns, and of course I had to get some yarn next to all the fabric that I got. It's yeah, it's white with purple, pink, a little bit of turquoise. It's nice. I look forward to casting on a pair of socks with this, but first I want to finish some socks, so it's gonna have to wait a while. Then I'm in the Shawl Club, so if you have not gotten your yarn, look away, but I'm almost sure you've gotten your yarn, because I got this 3 weeks ago, so I'm gonna show it. It is the colorway is Ser Idris. It's a very vibrant royal blue. It's by Triskelion Yarn and Fiber, which I have never heard before. It's the Brenwyn 4-ply, and it's a 50% silk and 50% extra fine Falkland merino. 100 grams, 495 yards, meters, which is over 500 yards. And of course it's especially dyed for the Shawl Club to go with the pattern that Isola designed. I really do like it, but blue, I cannot wear blue. There are just a few shades of blue that I can wear without looking like I'm, you know, dead already. And I'm almost sure that that isn't one of them. So, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it because it's very soft. And I really want something for myself out of this, but I'm not sure if I can wear it. We'll see. The next thing that I got is a skein of yarn from Spinning Martha. She's a German indie and she's a friend of mine, and she sent me this as a gift because I couldn't attend the Backnanger Wolle Fest that happened 3 weeks ago, and it's her special colorway for this year's retreat or festival. So it's 100% blue faced Leicester. It's a fingering weight. I'm gonna knit a shawl out of it. I'm almost certain. I don't know which shawl yet, but I will find out. That's her label. It's Spinning Martha. And that's, like I said, her BFL sock yarn in the Backnanger Wolle Fest 2015 colorway. So that leaves me with only 2 more skeins to show. I'm gonna put those away. I am following a lot of people on Instagram, and Instagram is the worst enabler ever. So when I read that she's going to have her own shop for hand-dyed yarns, I had to try it. It's Bärenwolle. I love her label. It's really pretty. On the back it says what it is. You know, the fiber. Nakom. The only thing I wish it would say, and it doesn't, is the yardage and the weight. You know, if it said 100 grams, 420 meters, that would make life easier for me, because I put stuff away in my stash and I take it out 5 years from now and I want to know what I have in my hands, so I have to write that down. And I got this one here. It's one of her Experimentierbär yarns. It's like a Wollmeise We're Different, which she just tried stuff out. And it's a normal sock yarn put up, 75-25. And the colorway is Jungle Fever. And the other skein of yarn that I got is Wild Orchid on her Barefoot sock, which is a 80-20 merino and nylon. So I got those 2 skeins from her shop, from the grand opening of the shop. I'm really happy with them. I'm gonna knit a pair of socks for my husband with this one, and a shawl for myself with this one. So, yay for new yarn. That's it for new stuff. I don't have an Indie of the Week this week because, again, I didn't really work with German or European-based indie stuff, so there's nothing to show and nothing to talk about really. But I do have a lot of stuff in everything else. First off, there's a Ask Away thread in my Ravelry group, and lovely Mandy did ask a question, and she asked me if I've ever been to the US, and I can only say, yeah, I have. Quite often, actually. The first time I went there, I was, I think, 8 years old. I went with my mom and my sister to Florida. We've been to Miami Beach, and that was my first ever trip to the US. And I've been quite a few times with my husband because he has to go there for work a lot. So almost every summer for the last, I would say, 7 years, we've been to the US together, either in Las Vegas or in San Francisco. So I have been there quite a lot, and I would love to go there for a vacation. Only vacation, no work, just vacation with my husband. And I would love to see Seattle and the surrounding areas over there. We'll see. Sometime it will happen. Maybe we can manage to go to Rhinebeck one day. That would be awesome. But yeah, I don't know yet. We will see. But yes, Mandy, I've been to the US quite a few times. Okay, now on to sewing. I have quite a lot of things to show in sewing because I went to the stitching show. I bought some fabrics and I wanted to use them right away, which is exactly what I did. And I knit, no, I didn't knit. I sewed, I don't know. I did sew a pair of baby pants. The pattern is from Nähfrosch. It's called Ras. It's a German pattern. It's a free pattern. And I just love this monster fabric. It's so cute. The monsters go in every direction. So I did not put this on the wrong way, although it looks like it. Because the whole pants are cut out from one piece, and on the back I have the monsters going in the right direction. And here they are just all standing on their head, which I don't care. My baby won't care. So here's the pants. After they were done, I wanted to have a matching shirt. So I did seam one up. I put a little applique with one of the monsters from the pants fabric. I'm absolutely not happy with this. It didn't turn out good at all. The what's the word? The neckline just is not good, which is total user error. The pattern is amazing. It's the Regenbogenbody by Schnabelina. Her patterns are perfect. They are all for free. And yeah, like I said, I'm just an idiot when it comes to sewing sometimes. This set will go with us to the hospital because we plan on bringing our boy home in those clothes. And after I finished them, I wanted to sew another pair of pants to go with the shirt. So I just did. I used the same fabric for the pants itself and some colorful striped stuff for the hems. Is it the hems? I don't know. So those are the first things that I sewed. Did seam. That's a word I don't know how to say. Please tell me. Next up, I finished some things that were on my list forever because they're birthday gifts. So I did sew covers for little recipe booklets for my niece and my nephew. They both will turn 17 this year. They are not twins, no, they're not. They are from both of my sisters who were pregnant at the same time, which was like hell, but that's what it is. So I decided to give both of them a little booklet with recipes in them for, you know, their own household someday. This one is the one for my niece. The colors are terrible. The main fabric is a super perfectly bright teal. This one, the one for the pot, is a light turquoise, and the steam was done with metallic thread in purple and a lighter purple, like a lavender shade. And the one for my nephew is that's okay. It's a green and white plaid and the brown spoon on top. So I hope they will like those. I used a free pattern tutorial from the internet. I have no idea what it's called, but if you just search for journal cover pattern, you will find it. It's really quick, really easy. And the other thing that I made, I have to take care of it, is a bookmark with little hexies, because I really wanted to give the English paper piecing a try forever. So I just did those little hexagons and made myself a bookmark. There will be way more, or many more of those in my future, because I think they make the perfect gift for people who like to read. And you can just use scraps. And that's how it looks in the book. Which brings me to my book that I'm reading. I started this book a few days ago. It's called Mord in Weiß by Jean Goodhind. It's the 11th book in the Honey Driver series, which I really enjoy. The original title is Marriage is Murder. And I've talked about her books before because I showed one before, the last one that I read. And yeah, they're just easy crimes, like mystery, yeah, just easy crime novels, English style, with a lot of humor and a lot of yeah, it's a lot of fun things going on, and it's not a lot of blood. You know, it's not a super bloody thriller. It's just there turns up a dead body and they have to find out what happened. So I like that. It's nice in between reading. So, okay, brings me to the last thing on my show notes today. I've been talking about my love for the spindles by Mr. Leichtlin. You know, the older guy who's not having an online shop because his stuff is very well known, and he doesn't need to have an online store because he's booked out until I think next year sometime with his spinning wheel making, because you have to order it. You have to order a spinning wheel specifically from him and he will build it for you. I don't know how it's working out with the spindles, but I did open a thread in the Ravelry group for all of those who are interested in getting one of his spindles. And I wrote in that thread that will, oh man, my language is worse today. It's getting worse and worse. I wrote in the thread that I will leave it open until the end of May, and then I will contact him and try to get as many spindles as possible, and I will have them shipped to me because I have to phone him, you know, in German, and then I can take pictures of everything, put them in the thread, and you can decide if you want one and which one. So yeah, just go in there, read the thread. There are all the specifics in there. Let me know if you're interested in one of them, and I will try my best to get as many as I can. Okay, so that's the last thing on my list. Please go over to the Ravelry group, join, show your shawls for a chance to win a nice prize, which I have not picked out yet. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy everything you do. We'll talk again next week, maybe. I don't know. Oh no, now I'm getting the hiccups. Whew, okay. Tomorrow I'm gonna start my last week of pregnancy. So I don't know if there will be a show next week or not. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. So I can only say bye until I talk to you again, because I don't know when this will be. And I hope you have a wonderful time. Bye.